Record scratch. Freeze frame. Hold up, hold up. Did we just witness one of the most controversial decisions in boxing history? Because folks, what went down between legendary 8-division champion Manny Pacquiao and rising star Mario Barrios has the entire boxing world in absolute chaos right now. We're talking about a fight that had everything. Vintage Pacquiao magic, youthful determination, and a decision that's got experts, fans, and fighters picking sides like it's a playground argument. Buckle up, because this story has more twists than a pretzel factory.
Who won, Devin?
I think Manny won 7-5.
Let me paint you the picture of what was supposed to be a simple exhibition, a passing of the torch moment, maybe even a glorified sparring session for the 46-year-old legend. Wrong. From the very first bell, this fight exploded into what one commentator called war dressed in strategy. And honey, that phrase is going to haunt the boxing world for months. This wasn't some gentle dance between generations. This was two fighters who showed up with something massive to prove, and prove it they did in the most spectacular fashion imaginable.
Pacquiao, man.
Pacquiao, close or wide?
Huh?
Close or wide?
Wide.
Picture this. Pacquiao, at 46 years old, stepping through those ropes not like a nostalgic legend, collecting one last paycheck, but like a man possessed with the fire of his prime years still burning in his chest. The crowd expected respect, maybe some vintage moments, but what they got was a fighter who came to absolutely war. And on the other side, Mario Barrios, the young lion who refused to be anyone's stepping stone, who looked at this opportunity and said, "I'm not here to be part of someone else's farewell tour. I'm here to announce my arrival." The opening moments were electric, and I mean spine-tingling, goosebump-inducing electric. Pacquiao's footwork was razor-sharp, defying every calendar year and every skeptic who thought Father Time had finally caught up to the Filipino icon. We're talking about movement patterns that had commentators scrambling for superlatives, darting in and out with deceptive angles that would make fighters half his age dizzy with confusion. His combinations came in lightning-fast flashes, each sequence a reminder of why this man conquered 8 different weight divisions and why his name is spoken in the same breath as Ali, Sugar Ray, and every boxing immortal you can think of.
I said the casino don't want to let Manny lose. So the casino don't want to let Manny lose. And I knew it was rare, right? Because Mario Barrios just came off of a draw. But I said, man, I don't know why. But it's right there, baby. It's right there.
But here's where the story gets juicy. Mario Barrios wasn't about to roll over and become a footnote in Pacquiao's legacy story. This young man came with a game plan so calculated, so mature, that it had veteran observers taking notice from round 1. He maintained this ice-cold composure that seemed almost supernatural given the magnitude of the moment. Think about it. You're sharing a ring with one of the greatest fighters in history. The crowd is going absolutely insane every time Pacquiao throws a combination. And somehow you're staying calm enough to execute your strategy? That's not just skill. That's mental fortitude at the championship level. Barrios utilized his reach advantage like a chess master moving pieces across the board. Every jab was measured, every step calculated, and his bodywork strategy, genius. He was investing early in wearing down those legendary legs, targeting the very foundation of Pacquiao's mobility that had bamboozled opponents for decades. This wasn't just smart boxing. This was tactical warfare at its finest.
I think Pacquiao won, but yeah, that was a great fight though. I think he won by 1. I think it was a real close fight.
As we moved into the middle rounds, the narrative became absolutely captivating. We had veteran savvy colliding headfirst with youthful firepower, and neither man was giving an inch. The momentum shifted like a pendulum in an earthquake. Just when you thought Barrios was taking control, Pacquiao would unleash one of those signature burst moments that sent the crowd into absolute hysteria. People were jumping out of their seats, screaming at their TVs, remembering exactly why they fell in love with boxing in the first place.
Down a lot, man, and he didn't, man. I had him winning this fight, bro. That was crazy.
And can we talk about those crowd reactions? Because every time Pacquiao connected with a clean combination, the arena erupted like a volcano. You could feel the nostalgia, the appreciation, the sheer awe of watching greatness refuse to fade quietly into the night. This performance was reminding everyone present of that 8-division championship legacy, of nights when Pacquiao made the impossible look routine and turned boxing matches into religious experiences.
I think the knockdown made the difference.
Second two judges having a draw.
Yeah, no, the knockdowns don't count now.
Yeah. Was it a knockdown, Freddy?
But here's what made this fight legendary. Barrios refused to be intimidated. While lesser fighters might have been overwhelmed by the moment, by the crowd, by the sheer presence of facing a living legend, Barrios answered back with sharp, devastating counterpunching that had Pacquiao's corner taking notice. He began imposing his physical advantages more assertively, fighting with the determination of someone who absolutely refused to be anyone's stepping stone to glory.
The crowd roared in appreciation, not for a winner, but for a fight that meant something. A fight where legacy...
We've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized, came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient.
The championship rounds delivered what experts are calling pure drama. And folks, that's not hyperbole, that's gospel. Both fighters were alternating control of the ring like they were trading the lead in a heavyweight title fight. Every single moment felt potentially fight-changing. Every combination could have been the sequence that tilted the scorecards. Every defensive slip could have been the difference between victory and defeat.
The body shot to me was one of the killers because the body shot made him run like for a whole round. So that was definitely a 2-point round also in my book.
What made this fight absolutely beautiful was that neither fighter employed any defensive or safety-first tactics. None of that clinching, holding, running nonsense that sometimes plagues modern boxing. This was respect through violence in its purest form. Two warriors showing each other honor by giving absolutely everything they had in those squared circle.
I think he taught him a lesson. Yeah, he did, and I think it was very graceful in losing and pretty nice.
By the final bell, both men remained standing, bruised and exhausted, but proud as peacocks. And the crowd appreciation wasn't just for a winner. It was for the quality of competition they had just witnessed. This wasn't just a fight. This was a collision of established legacy with emerging legacy. And everyone in that arena knew they had witnessed something special.
Going into this fight at 40, very good, but I know he can do.
But then came the moment that has the boxing world in complete upheaval, the scorecards. When those judges' decisions were read and that word draw echoed through the arena, you could practically hear jaws hitting the floor from here to Manila. Social media exploded. Boxing experts started picking sides faster than political pundits during election season.
Fights, man. How'd you score the card? How'd you score the fight?
I had Manny winning. He controlled it in the beginning, let it kind of go in the middle, but came back later and showed why he was the champ.
Let's break down what the experts are saying. Because, honey, their reactions are more dramatic than the fight itself. Freddy Roach, Pacquiao's longtime trainer, came out swinging harder than his fighter did in the ring. He's praising those vintage Pacquiao flashes, the quickness, the footwork, the combination throwing from impossible angles that made Pacquiao a household name. But even Roach had to give credit where credit was due, acknowledging Barrios' solid strategic game planning and composure under pressure that would make veterans proud.
Official, scorecards. You thought it was gonna be a draw?
I thought they were gonna rob Manny again. I was like, oh, he got robbed too many times.
Ryan Garcia chimed in with his perspective. And you know when Ryan Garcia is impressed, something special happened. He was gushing about both fighters, praising Barrios for that unwavering determination and championship mindset, while simultaneously marveling at Pacquiao's prime-like movement moments that had him questioning the laws of physics and father time.
How impressed were you with Manny Pacquiao's performance, even at this age, champ?
Yeah, I liked him a lot. He did his thing.
Is he next, you and him, if you get past Porter?
Errol Spence Jr. brought his technical expertise to the conversation, describing the bout as a chess match combined with raw action, which, let's be honest, is probably the most perfect description of what we witnessed. He emphasized how both fighters gave complete effort without shortcuts or excuses, connecting this fight to the very reasons fans remain passionate about boxing in an era of exhibition matches and social media beef.
Hey, how would you rate his performance on a scale from 1 to 10, Errol?
Being 40, I give him a 10.
10? Perfect. How did you score it? 116, 112, 115?
Oh, no.
But landslide or close fight?
Yeah, Pacquiao with
Timothy Bradley, never one to mince words, called it a high-level chess match with fireworks, praising Pacquiao's continued explosiveness while giving massive props to Barrios' execution and tactical adjustments round by round. His analysis highlighted both fighters' heart and ring IQ, connecting their performance to boxing's fundamental beauty and warrior spirit.
Pacquiao now, it's not a prime season Pacquiao. You saw second half of the fight where Pacquiao did kind of, pull back a little bit, conditioning, mouth wide open.
Shawn Porter, known for his honest and insightful commentary, emphasized how this fight contained all the essential elements that make boxing magical: speed, strategy, and heart. He credited Barrios for meeting every single challenge head-on, while marveling at Pacquiao's instinctive ability to close distance and throw combinations that seemed to come from pure muscle memory.
He's fresher of the two, and he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Put up a good fight. Pacquiao won the fight without question, without no doubt, but it wasn't good enough to beat the Pacquiao.
And Robert Garcia, with his championship training background, was impressed with both fighters' professional execution, praising Pacquiao's experience in creating openings while giving massive credit to Barrios' ring intelligence and disciplined performance throughout all 12 rounds.
Great fight, man.
Yeah?
Great fight.
Split decision?
Not a split. You know that. Not a split.
What do you want to see Manny do next? You?
Fight me after I beat.
But here's where things get spicy. The controversy isn't just about the draw decision itself, it's about what this means for both fighters' futures. Some experts believe Pacquiao clearly won, based on his signature moments and crowd control, while others argue Barrios' consistent output and tactical success throughout the fight earned him the victory. The split in expert opinion is creating camps more divided than a political election. This decision has implications that stretch far beyond just one night in the ring. For Pacquiao, it's vindication that he can still compete at the highest level and potentially sets up even bigger fights in the future. For Barrios, it's proof that he belongs in the conversation with elite fighters and has the mental fortitude to handle the biggest stages in boxing.
40, there's no way he could be as fast, as strong as he was 10 years ago, but he proved me wrong, and I was so happy, that I was wrong.
The aftermath of this fight has created a perfect storm of controversy, respect, and anticipation for what comes next. Boxing fans are demanding immediate rematches. Casual observers are remembering why they love the sport, and fighters across multiple divisions are taking notes on what true championship heart looks like in action.
The fight in favor of Pacquiao, but it was a very close fight. It was a very, very close fight. So, it was just one of those fights where everybody was happy.
What we witnessed wasn't just a fight. It was a masterclass in professional boxing. A reminder that when two elite fighters enter the ring with something to prove, magic happens, regardless of age, expectations, or pre-fight narratives. This draw decision has given us the rare gift of a fight where nobody lost, but everybody won. The fighters, the fans, and the sport of boxing itself.